Alright guys, welcome to another episode of Bobby's World. So we have massive news in the game. Massive news. And I wanted to bring it to you with one of the first videos and kind of breaking the news. But wanted to start out with letting you know that we do have a Bobby's World Discord that you can go ahead and join. It will be in the description below. And that will give you access to be able to talk to other people that you like in the game. And it will be able to get help directly from me and things like that. We also do have the YouTube page itself that this video is made on. So you can go ahead and like and subscribe this video, and that way there you can see any and all new videos that come out in the future for this channel. Now if you're feeling really extra and you want to, help out the channel and keep it going and keep things, going great with the channel and Marvel Strike Force itself, you can also become a patron, and we are doing awesome things with the Patreon. I have exclusive videos and content that you can get through the Patreon website, but then also it gives you exclusive access on that Discord as well to be able to do things. We have 2 tiers. For only $1 a month you'll be able to be in Bobby's Most Wanted, which gives you access to the Discord, gives you access to the Patreon videos, gives you access to early access to videos that I come out with, and just really helps out with everything. And then you have the God Legendary tier, and you can read more about that on the website. I'll let you guys go ahead and check that out. But let's get to it. So massive news came out, as you can tell from the title of the video. Is Disney getting rid of Marvel Strike Force? Is the end of Marvel Strike Force here after a year and a half and $150 million out of our pockets? From the looks at this article right off the bat, I don't know. We'll have to see. So Disney plans to sell the video game unit from Fox. So I read the article quickly. We'll kind of go over some of the key points. Walt Disney themselves, Bob Iger is the guy who's in charge of Disney and what their assets is as far as like Marvel and Fox and when they bought them. And he just basically came out and said that he doesn't want to be publishing things. He doesn't want to be in charge of them. He really wants to just license out, the content itself. The only thing he really wants to be in charge of is the movies themselves. So, Walt Disney plans to sell Fox next, the video game, and it gives you a little bit of a breakdown of, the business of Fox Next, and they've only been around for 2 years, and they're creating, 2 other games. And it tells you about the free-to-play titles and how, the gaming industry is changing because, they're free-to-play, but then you can make in-game purchases, which, that's your whales and dolphins. And then they go down to talk about how, in 2016, the company shut down other games that, they just didn't see profitable, or they didn't want to be a part of that. Really, it costs a company a lot to have a lot of overhead with, people developing and people coming out with stuff, and they just don't want to be financially responsible for that. They don't want their funds tied up in that. So seems like they're just gonna sell it, like they sold kind of Star Wars to Electronic Arts, EA. Hopefully EA doesn't get it. I mean, there's 2 ramifications to this. Is the game going to get shut down if they can't sell it, which is obviously very scary and could be a possibility if they can't get a buyer? Or does somebody like EA buy the game, and then we run into an issue where we thought Fox Next was really bad, wait until another company gets a hold of it and the decisions that they make in the future for the game based on purchasing this game. There's obviously a lot of revenue involved, so I'd be very surprised if no one did buy it. $150 million the first year. We're talking about that's very lucrative for a company to be able to come out and buy, especially on a year-to-year basis, if that revenue keeps up, which, we've seen that revenue be able to keep up in Star Wars Galaxy of Hero. So it wouldn't be surprising if Marvel, with it being such a new game and the character list is so short as far as how big and massive the character list for Marvel is. I mean, we still have a lot of characters that are mainstream, well-known characters that aren't even released in the game. So it'd be interesting to see how that all works out and see where we go from there. But yeah, so he basically said, we've just decided that best place for us is to be in the licensing and not the publishing. So that comes from Iger himself, so you can kind of see where he's going with, the company itself and Disney owning these assets that they bought from Fox, including Fox Next. So we'll see. It's very scary to think not only if it doesn't sell, will they shut the game down, but then there's the other aspect, who they sell it to and what their intentions for the game are. Is it somebody who's going to be a fan and still wants to see profit, but maybe they get Fox Next, the resources they need to be better with some of the things that they've had issues with, like the glitches and the offers and things like that, or is it going to be someone like EA that has slightly been a little greedy with Star Wars and really drives down the game? So it's a little bit of a scary time right now in Marvel Strike Force because we don't know where the game's going to go once this sale goes through. So it'll be interesting. I'll keep up with the news and see who they get sold to and kind of do a little research on the games that that company has developed before, because you'd have to think that it'd be some gaming developing company that would come out and do it. But we will see. From what I can tell, Fox Next is one of several odds ends Disney pickup as a result. They include investments such as Dutch Soccer League, Moby Group, which bills itself as Afghan's largest media company. Disney recently, completed the sale order federal of Fox Regional Sports News, which so the Fox Regional they had to sell. Disney had to sell that as part of the agreement for allowing them to buy Fox, and it's because they would have had a monopoly on the sports market. So that has nothing to do with Disney selling off Fox Next. That's just something they were required to do. The company also inherited a piece of sports betting site DraftKings, which again has nothing to do with anything. So this is really big news, guys. Keep a lookout on the channel to see, what we see developing with this story and who they're sold to. That's really what's going to dictate where this game's going for the future, and will really dictate what's going on. And if it doesn't sell, you might see the game close. So keep that in mind. Probably halt on the spending for a little bit and see where this all lays out. Go ahead and subscribe and like, and let me know what you guys think in the comments below.